All right. So the last time, intrepid adventurers, you managed to finish collecting your Krona Heartfruit and pilfering the tower library, and then set about on a two-day journey back to the only other mapped location in this section of the Astral Sea. You conducted various tasks and read various books, and it was a quiet but growing opportunity for each of you.
Mhm.
Uh, Upon the end of those 2 days, however, you arrive back on deck to find dark cloth drawn over the hull of the ship, and the sail collapsed as you drift slowly behind a large planetoid. And peeking out from around the corner, the captain lended you his spyglass to allow you to look towards a dim dwarf star in the distance. And running along the meridian of the star looked to be a long curving platform, a orbiting station around the edge of the star. A
Dyson
Dyson
sphere.
sphere, if you would.
Dyson sphere. Dyson sphere.
Uh, for those that understand that contextually.
I love the title you gave to this session, by the way.
You were cautioned that this territory is a known facility of the Sisters of Light. Uh, a a group heard of in.
Really?
What?
It's amazing.
Not inaccurate at all.
Which one are you though?
Not inaccurate at all.
So
Both at all times.
you were informed that this facility belongs to the Sisters of Light, and in brief mention, as you have traveled about, you are aware that the sisters are highly dangerous. You you have, in some cases, seen notes of their presence, and it. Whoop, uh, you are also given the sense that Azure, who seems a man well versed in the sea, uh, is put on edge seeing this particular location. But he also informs you that the alternative is to continue to drift through the sea with no particular bearing. Which is not his first choice, is the impression that you get. So he asks you, rather pointedly, "It's up to you, away team."
I mean, it sounds like our options are go on the fancy sun ring with the space witches, or float aimlessly in the infinite void of the Aether Sea until we all starve to death. So,
Not an inaccurate summation.
Yeah, well, it looks like we're going to that orbital station. Um, now that we're discussing how dangerous this is, and based on past experiences, I haven't actually looked to see if you have an armory on this place. Do you have any armor? Like, better than what I'm currently wearing, by any chance? I know we're right here, but
You know
sure
what
we have
you
a few
should
minutes.
do? If you're feeling a little low, if you're feeling a little fragile, form a symbiotic bond with a pseudo sentient fungus.
Is
It's
that what they're
worked.
calling it these days?
It's worked really well for me.
Well, Micah, to each their own.
Uh, I I suppose we might have an option. Yes. Uh, it comes with its own dangers.
Your armor has dangers?
Well, insofar as if the sisters see it, you might draw their ire.
To be fair, we're breaking onto their Dyson sphere. We're gonna draw their ire either way.
You make a not invalid point. Very well. Kelly, take them to the armory. Kelly hops up and uncharacteristically, she is very quiet right now.
Well, everyone's being a bit quiet out here and going all stealth mode, so I'm not entirely surprised.
Yeah, she seems exceptionally on edge.
Hmm.
How fast do we gotta go before we can, like, do we have a couple of hours? Because I'm really tired from my nap and I could use another nap before I go on this floating witch death station.
Zayden is raising his eyebrows so high right now.
For what it's worth, I'm going to say that your nap qualified you for recovery.
Oh, okay, cool.
Okay.
Um, you so Callie leads you below decks
Mhm.
to uh, a room off the second deck down. It's it's actually down the hallway where you could have turned into that sort of sitting room that you all woke up in.
Mhm.
You would turn to left to find the ladder. So instead, if you had turned right out of that room and continued down this hallway, she leads you to a locked iron door, and she swings it open, and there is a small set of lockers. And she eyes you up and down. Zayden, what are you currently wearing?
Leather armor.
Uh,
Light leather armor.
so she throws open one of the lockers,
Ooh, seam.
and okay, then she actually in that same locker she draws out two neatly folded sets of leather armor that are done up in a studded blue,
Ooh.
affixed with an insignia that is a diamond and a pair of blue rays sort of slanting off of it. And the trim is done in like a gold relief.
Interesting. All right. May
Thank
not
you.
quite be my color, but I think it'll do quite nicely. Assuming it is tougher than the current leather armor
It
I'm wearing.
it qualifies as studded armor, studded leather armor.
Based,
Excuse me.
based on what Dustin just said, I don't think that's anybody's color.
Blue and gold? Or are you
It was like
anyone
it
in
was
the
like
party?
it was like salmon blue and gold, wasn't it?
I've never heard of salmon blue.
No, it was salmon space
Comma.
blue space gold.
I'm a big fan of octarine, which is described as a sort of yellowish greenish purple.
Huh,
That's
Yep.
just upsetting.
very.
That's the color of magic,
it's
my
only
friend.
visible to wizards.
Or an extremely high density magic fields.
I know.
Mhm.
Well, on
So
the plus
it's,
side, I went up in armor class, so that's nice.
So it's just common studded leather armor?
Loves, you might want to take 10 minutes with those.
10 minutes.
And get yourself maybe a bit acquainted with your equipment.
Huh. Is
Okay.
it magical?
It certainly has a bit of a kick.
Interesting.
Hmm.
Okay. I'll put it on.
Same.
Okay. So you take 10 minutes with it?
Yeah.
Okay. You after 10 minutes, you discover that the armor actually twists and adjusts a bit until it fits you like a glove.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you you gain you gain resistance to cold damage. You gain water breathing for up to a minute between long rests.
Ooh.
Interesting.
And you gain a once a week use of cure wounds.
Okay.
Cure wounds to self.
Oh.
Excuse me.
Yeah. All right. Is this a specific name thing? I am looking in D&D Beyond to add it in.
It's a custom
Okay.
armor.
So I could just add the armor of cold resistance, studded leather, and edit that.
As long as the cold resistance, all it does is give you cold resistance, then yes.
Yes.
Then
Yeah.
yes,
It just says
absolutely.
you have resistance to cold damage while you wear this armor.
Absolutely.
And armor class 12. Okay, add it in. Equip that and not that.
And then what was it? It's breathe underwater for a minute?
Yep. And that refreshes anytime you take a long rest. And the and then you get a once a week you get a use of cure wounds to self. So you return upstairs.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Okay. You you return as they are swinging the longboat over the side of the railing.
Okay.
Huh. I haven't seen those in a very long time. I hope they guard you well.
Me too. Fits pretty well too. Thank you.
Much better.
So they get the boat down and it splashes into the energy of the sea. And as you Brunton goes to step up the sort of small half step on the inside of the rail, and Azure actually catches his shoulder. Not this time, friend. I think I'll be assisting them in this particular voyage.
Oh.
Ooh.
And Brunton steps back and is like, "Yep."
Okay.
No arguing with that. You're
So-
coming along, Captain? That was a question towards the captain. Yeah.
Would you give me a second?
Sorry.
The captain sort of sits down and grabs the stick, and he looks to all of you and says, "I would never ask any of my crew to make such a journey. If I'm going to make you do it, it's not one I will let you do alone."
I appreciate the chivalry.
Certainly.
All right. Quick question.
Oh boy.
Yes.
Does anybody else know how to drive the boat?
I believe the captain does.
Okay.
You
I'm
mean-
just saying, like,
Do you mean the longboat?
no, I mean the boat that you're in charge of.
Oh, my.
Because, like,
my-
if you go on this adventure and die, do we get stranded in the
Micah.
void of
That's-
space?
That's
I-
quite a bit of
my
confidence you have in the captain there, Micah.
I'm
Wait,
sorry.
the
He
confidence
goes
you have
out of
in
his way to
us.
go, yes, this might be an incredibly dangerous, deadly mission. So dangerous and deadly that I, the one who knows how the boat works, will go risk my life on it.
We
I'm
haven't
just
died
saying.
yet. Who's to say he's gonna die? Come on now.
No,
We haven't
he's
fully died yet.
he's more than right to have
Look,
concern.
I grew up in the forest raised by mushrooms. You gotta be pragmatic at a certain point.
He's absolutely right, but
Mm.
in all good case, I spend little time at the helm. I leave such a task to my navigator.
Okay, look, I'm just looking out for everybody. Not that I doubt the competency of the man who accidentally kidnapped 3 people,
Oh my god.
but,
Micah.
I think we'll do it. I'm just saying, if he was the only guy who knew how the boat worked, maybe he should stay on the boat.
Micah, you do seem a bit versed in common, but have you heard of the word tact before?
I've heard of the word survival before.
Cannot fault you that.
I'm not trying to be rude. I'm trying to be pragmatic here.
I look at it this way. If I do die on this mission, I don't have to deal with you trying to guilt me all the time about dragging you away.
Yeah, death does great things for the conscience.
Uh-huh. Well,
Very
I
s-
suppose if we're going, we should go.
Away we go then.
Yeah, sounds good.
Okay.
Callie? I can. You're in charge. Don't sink my ship. Wouldn't dream of it, cat. So you all pile into the boat.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Yep.
Uh,
Look, I'm just saying, it makes a lot of sense to know on the mission that's throwing up 1 billion death flags that the guy who just gave the speech about how this could kill everybody isn't the only guy who knows how the boat works.
I think your objection is completely valid.
Yep.
I didn't say it was
Oh.
invalid. I just said, what the hell?
Oh yeah, no.
What part
our
of grown up in
our
the
argument
forest
was
raised
not
by
the point.
what part of grown up in the forest raised by mushrooms implies nuanced understanding of social situations?
No?
Admittedly, this was the first time you mentioned being raised by mushrooms.
That reminds
we
me
all
of the
just thought
the
that
time I just casually dropped that my character was raised by a bear in a maze at a LARP and then did not elaborate on it at a LARP.
Seems right.
Okay.
So you
And that bear's name? Albert Einstein.
fuck. I'm not even gonna try and unpack that one. You so you all pile into the boat, and the captain swings the stick out, and you know Brunton is an ace with the longbow, no question about it. But the captain,
More of a 10 of clubs?
Oh, dear Lord.
more like the Joker, and the Joker is wild.
Oof.
He is deft. He actually skims it, and where Brunton always kept the boat very level and very on point, the captain has a bit of a flourish. He actually runs the keel very nearly kissing the planetoid as he skims it out around the large rock that you're on. And as you get out into clear space, he lets the stick in, and you guys run very quickly.
Yeah.
You do see him wave his fingers in the air
Okay.
and mutter in Celestial.
Mhm.
And
Which I would understand. What does he say?
Me too.
You get some implication that he said something about shade. Fira, Zayden, you are fully aware that he said shadows cover you.
So stealth.
He casts Pass Without a Trace on everybody.
Yeah.
And I need stealth checks from everybody. Pass Without a Trace gives you a plus 10.
20 plus our normal?
Yes.
26.
Okay.
18.
Oh.
Give me a second. So it's plus 10 plus our stealth modifier?
It is
Yes.
no. It's you roll a d20 and add your stealth modifier.
And then add the 10.
Oh, and yes, and then the 10 on top of. Yes, I'm sorry, I misunderstood what you were asking me. Yes,
So it's that
yes.
thing I said.
Yes, it was
Yes.
that thing you said. I did not.
Okay. In that case, that's going to be a 32.
Okay.
I rolled a 19.
Yeah.
Zayden gets killed. Okay.
Zayden, you weren't a 1, right?
No, I rolled a natural 6.
Okay.
Oof.
His head just immediately explodes.
Well, no, but with Pass Without a Trace and my stealth modifier, it's an 18, so that's still pretty good.
Yeah. So,
Not if the DC was 20.
So you race towards the platform, and you get the impression that there is a dark shimmer over the entire boat, and you all stay pretty low in the body of the ship as it glides right up towards the structure. It probably takes from where you were across the way, probably a good 20 minutes to half an hour to really cover the distance. As you approach, you do see an open docking section about midway through the platform, and you see something that actually looks awfully familiar. It is a sleek, almost arrowhead-shaped, silvery structure. You would almost mistake it for the fins of a particularly aggressive serpent or fish, but it appears to have almost a metallic structure, and it in fact chased you on one of your first encounters out here in the Astral Sea. You remember the scaly section parting and a large cannon rolling forward.
Oh, that ship.
Yes.
Okay. Because I recall that ship glowing orange. So
Uh,
I guess this one is not in that mode.
yes. The captain noses the ship down, and instead of approaching that dock form, he actually dips low. He dives it down 100 feet, 150 feet. He is low beneath the platform, and you actually swing out wide underneath the platform, and he slowly spirals it back up until you come to a diamond-shaped hatch on the underside of the platform. He points to you, Micah, and then he points to the grate.
What? I don't know what you want from me here.
He kind of gives you the hand motion of like parting. He's pulling his hands apart.
He wants to open it.
Okay. I reach over to open the grate.
It's held fast.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I don't know, like, metallurgy guy.
You have arms, man.
Okay.
Oh boy.
I pull on the grate.
Okay, give me a strength check.
Me and my 9 strength. I don't know why I've been chosen for this.
Everyone thinks you're strong because you're big.
Yeah.
That's gonna be a thing when you play a furball.
I am a soft boy. Yeah,
He's
I got
the toughest soft boy we know.
I got a 9.
Okay, I mean, you tug at it for a bit, and then he kind of points to you, Zayden, to like give him a hand.
Yeah.
I have 2 stats with negative modifiers, and they are charisma and strength.
Hey, man.
Yeah, that makes sense.
You know that as a person. He knows that you absolutely walloped the shit out of his crew, so he assumes that you must be a strong guy.
Oh no,
You've given him good reason.
he is in for a surprise.
It's like that strength was magic.
I'm not strong. I'm just very wise. And
Yeah,
I
I'm
hit you
gonna go
with
up and
my
help.
wisdom club.
I'll try pulling it off. Actually, how is it attached? Can I see how it's attached?
Sure. Give me an investigation check.
Hit me with your wisdom club is my favorite knockoff of hit me with your rhythm stick.
Yeah, that's a 24.
Yeah, it appears to have large iron hinges and actually splits down the middle.
Okay.
Um,
Is it sealed in any way?
it appears that the grate does not move at the split, but it has a little bit of give, but not very much.
Okay. And those hinges may it look like they go out but not in.
Nope, they're on the outside.
Like towards.
They're on the outside.
Okay, so yeah, they come opens toward us.
Yes.
All right. I'll give it a tug to try and break it open.
Sure, give me a strength check. Mike, are you still trying to pull yourself?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not just gonna let my friend do it by himself.
Then Zayden, roll with advantage.
Okay. Ooh. That's 18 plus 1, 19.
Yeah, it's a struggle, and you kind of you pull and pull and pull, but eventually, the grate does yank apart, and as you push it further and further open, it eventually swings as if it's naturally supposed to open that way.
All right.
And
It was a push, not a pull, wasn't it?
no, it was a pull.
Yeah, that's why I was asking about the hinges.
You see up inside is a thin tunnel that extends straight upward, and set in the wall is the rungs of a ladder. And the walls are slick. And the captain takes a rope from the back of the boat and he throws it to you, Zayden.
All right, I take it.
Well, I believe we are going up.
All right.
It seems so.
I'll tie the rope to my armor and start climbing.
Okay. Give me an athletics check.
That's a 12.
Okay. It's not super fast going. The slick handholds on the ladder are a little difficult, but it is a ladder. It is built for function in this case, and so you make progress easily enough. As you climb upward, you do notice as you start to get 15, 20 feet up into this tunnel, the slick bits of the wall start to have small clumps and pieces of sundry sort of rolled into it. And as you're climbing, the smell starts to get up into your nose. And it is a rancid and unpleasant scent.
Okay. Well, I keep going.
Okay.
I mean, I'm looking around as I go up, trying to.
Yeah. You see that after about 45 feet, the vertical tunnel dead or levels off and clearly opens into a larger room above.
Okay.
Is anyone else following him, by the way?
Yes.
Yeah, why not?
I need athletics checks from you as well.
Okay.
Okay.
That's going to be a 14.
Okay.
19.
Cool. Yeah, you also managed to easily enough find handholds on the ladder. I get a roll for Azure. Oof. The captain is sure-footed in a lot of things.
Not climbing a ladder.
Turns out ladders are not exactly his strong suit. You hear from below a boom, and you look down to see him like rubbing his chin.
Oh dear.
Oh.
I just have this image of the three of us going up one after the other. Then we hear this and all stop and look down at the same time.
No.
Synchronized peeking.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Yeah, just go the full Three Stooges.
Yep. Whenever possible.
Zayden, as you get to the top of the ladder, you can give me a perception check.
That is 12.
Okay. You see, in the room around the top of the ladder, it is a dark room with small little insets on the wall that glow with a faint orange light. And scattered around the room, from what you can see, at least for the 60 or so feet from the hole of the ladder, are piles and piles of half-formed refuse. Excrement and trash and just gross piles of discarded material. And you see that from pipes along the wall, periodically another wave of the stuff is just sprayed into the room. And you also see that lurching around the room are a couple of slithering amorphous structures that seem to slide over and extend itself over a section of the pile and draws it in and just soaks it about.
Well, that's unsettling. I've seen a lot of unsettling shit in my life, and that's, I mean, it's at least in the top 25.
Oof.
Yeah. Okay. Right. Let's just try and be as quiet as possible and get by whatever that thing is. Do I see an easy way around this thing without getting too close?
Well, you see at least 3 of them.
Do I recognize them as something of nature?
You can give me a nature check.
That was what I was asking. Yes.
Yes, you may.
That's going to be a 16.
Hold on a second. I need to grab my other book.
Also, I came up with a really bad pun earlier while we were in the longboat and didn't have the chance to share it. But since it's so bad, I must share it.
Oh no! Don't leave me in suspense.
Fast and luxurious, astral drift.
Ooh.
How dare you?
I'm like, there has like I know exactly what's going on. I have to make something about this.
You don't recognize those specifically, but you have seen very similar masses that have crawled around in the woods and gathered flesh and bone and other bits and swallowed them inside and then spat back out terrifying abominations.
Okay. So, not a fan of these things.
No.
Are we still under the effects of Pass Without Trace?
You don't know how that spell functions?
Yes, I do.
Do you?
It's all yes.
Do you have that?
It's on my spell list, and I cast it last session.
Oh, I missed that part. Sorry. Never mind. Then yes.
I missed that part.
Sorry. Yes. You suspect that you probably still have a few minutes of it left.
Okay.
Sorry about that. I forgot that you had that.
Yeah, man. It's a druid spell.
No.
It's a rogue spell.
It is a druid and a rogue spell. It's actually a druid and a ranger spell.
Yeah, that makes sense. That would be a ranger thing.
What are you talking about? You don't have wild shape. Okay. Then I'm just going to sneak past these nerds.
Cool. Is everybody else going with that?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
I need new stealth checks.
23.
19.
I can't even see myself because am I still adding a 10 to it or no?
Yes.
Yes. We're still under the effects of Pass Without Trace, so you still get a plus 10 bonus.
Well, I can't even see myself because with that plus 10, it's a 31.
Oh,
snap!
Sorry.
17 plus 4, and then that 10.
Who got less than a 28?
me with a hot 19.
So as you
Mr. Sneak right by them, huh?
as you skulk into the room, you manage to skirt the first 3, and you actually do spot a door at the far end of the room. And you work your way towards it, but after you clear the first 3, you move past what looks to be just another couple piles of trash. Oh, for fucking god damn it.
Everything all right there, Dustino?
I'm sure glad I sent you an assistant for this. He is doing so well.
What I appreciate is that definitely wasn't sarcastic, and he totally rolled a nat 20 in stealth.
Mm-hmm.
That's my favorite part.
Yeah.
That's my favorite part. Dustin.
Yeah. Except that 2 more of these things slither their way out of the trash pile by the door, and long before he ever gets over there, they turn on Micah. And
Well,
they
shit.
they glop to the ground and begin to squelch in your direction.
Okay.
This is initiative.
Don't like that word.
You're not a
That's
big
it.
fan of squelch?
Not a big fan of things that squelch as a movement verb.
God damn it.
Cool. Cool. Love it. I
That's a
love it,
13.
and it's cool.
What did
Boop.
you say your initiative was?
13.
Nice.
16.
Ooh, I'm going first. This is weird.
Hey,
Look at me, high rolling today.
you being speed pants McGee.
Stealthy. I'm hating you. It's all good.
Stand by. I'm building the initiative order. Bless you.
Isn't tight.
Sorry about
That's
that. Get myself muted, but I didn't have any free hands.
All right.
It's okay.
Firo, what'd you have?
18.
Oh yeah. And then it was Zyd, or no, Micah. You had 16.
Yes, he did, and I had 13.
And Zayden. Okay, Fira. You see a couple of these things squelch their way towards Micah.
All right. Are they close to Micah?
They're getting there. They probably have about they sort of sprung up to either side of him and have about 10 feet to him on either side.
Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and cast Shatter.
Okay.
Behind them in a way that'll avoid Micah.
Can it pick them both up?
The range is 10 feet. 10-foot radius sphere.
Ah. Yeah.
Really? Okay.
I'd like
So
some
much for-
Constitution
so much
saving
for-
throws.
So much for any form of stealth, I guess.
It went out the window. It's okay.
Sure. What do they gotta? What's the save?
Constitution.
Okay. Is it lightning damage?
Thunder damage.
So sound.
Okay. But it definitely says thunder.
It definitely says thunder.
Okay. Important distinction, those are two very different things.
I'm aware.
So that's gonna be a 15 and a 12.
Alright. The one that got the 12 will take 9 damage.
Okay.
And the one that got the 15 will take half that.
Cool. So Fira sees these two things slop out and gives a quick wave of her hands, and suddenly, over the general creak of metal and the slurp of additional discharge into the room, you hear
Fun fact, non-magical objects that aren't being worn or carried take damage as well, so all the shit on the floor takes 9 damage as well.
Okay. As this detonates, you just shower shit into the rest of the room.
Good job, Fira.
At least it'll be less of a chance of them recognizing the armor.
the idea was for them not to see us in the first place. Now the entire base knows we're here because the toilets just boomed.
There was a boom boom in the toilets.
Oh, God damn it.
I hate myself.
Okay. Fira, anything else?
No.
All right. Micah.
And here I was worried that they'd see light.
Micah,
Made it easier for you. There we
It
go.
was muted. All right, so how many of these nerds are still up and about?
it appears to be 5 of them.
Good boy. All right, I'm going to pop my first wild shape of the day.
Okay.
And just get real big and mushroomy.
Mm-hmm.
And also, I'm going to cast Shillelagh.
Okay.
And that's going to be my whole turn.
Fantastic. Okay, Zayden.
Okay. Well,
I'm pretty sure those are both bonus actions.
No, wild shape is a standard action.
Oh.
And even in the event that they were, he'd have to spend his action to perform the second bonus action.
well, my sword is out now.
Okay.
And,
You don't have to incant anything to draw the sword, right? You can just...
yeah, I just summon, yeah.
Okay.
It's the same as drawing a weapon.
Sure.
Are any of them close by to me?
The 3 that you were all creeping around are between 10 and 15 feet around you.
Ah. Okay. Alright, if they're that far away, I'm not actually going to move yet. I'm just going to Eldritch Blast 2 of them.
Sure.
Probably the 2 closest ones.
Okay.
That is... a 20 to hit on one of them, and a 21 to hit the other.
Yeah, hit on both.
Okay. So that is a D10 plus 4 for each.
Actually, I mean, for sake of emphasis, roll again for both of those, because you technically have advantage, because they saw Fira casting, but you had remained hidden until that moment.
Yeah, no crits.
Okay. Then continue as you were.
All right. Let me get these 10s out here. One of them will take 14, the other will take 13.
Okay.
Radiant damage.
Yeah. Okay.
Man, am I glad that I took Agonizing Blast.
My other option was the fart cloud, but I don't think that'd be very effective here.
Okay. So it is now Azure's turn. I don't know who's ringtone that is, but
Yeah.
it sure undercuts my sense of like threatening your lives as
It me, I succeed. Woo!
It's now Adger's turn. Do 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 do.
Sorry.
yeah.
It makes my boss actually dance every time he hears it go off, so I keep it on the sales floor and I sneak up behind him when I know I'm gonna get a text message and just like let it go off, and literally he can't help it. He just does a little shimmy no matter what, and it's the funniest thing because he's a 40-something-year-old bald man.
Ridiculous.
Another one's a lumberjack, and they both do it. It's hilarious. Continue. Sorry.
Yes. Sorry, I'm looking through his options as to what he's going to do. He is going to give a quick flick of his hands, and 5 little balls of bluish force energy are going to pop into existence and sail over and slam into one of the jellies that just got Eldritch Blast.
Okay.
And slam into it for 17 damage.
Ooh.
Very nice.
If we're going to do this, I suggest we either dispatch them quickly or simply make our exit.
Running's an option that we always forget we have.
That is his turn. So now it's the jelly's turn. 2 of them are going to squelch up to Micah.
When the first one enters my threatened area,
Yeah.
it's going to go and make a save. How do I calculate? I think when I leveled, I needed to increase my spell save DC. How do I calculate that again?
It would just go up by 1.
Yeah, but I'm just not sure if it. I think it does, right?
It's
My proficiency
8.
bonus. Yeah. All right. So yes, it
It's
does
8
go
plus
up.
your wisdom. 8 plus your wisdom modifier plus your proficiency bonus.
Yep. So it's a DC 16.
What's the save?
6. Constitution.
Okay. That's a 6, so that ain't gonna do it.
Cool. Handy dandy. So the first one that walks into my threatened area is going to take 2d4. 2d4. Yes. All right. Give me a second. Yeah, because it increases at 6th level. Sorry. Okay, it takes 5 damage.
What kind of damage?
Necrotic.
Okay. Yep. It decided that was unpleasant. And now it's gonna take some SWAT. They're both gonna take a SWAT at you. That is a 6 and a 9.
Neither of those are going to beat my AC.
So they squelch over and they fire off these little pods, but they just sort of slap onto the ground and then drag them back. The 2 that got Eldritch Blast did not care for that, so they are going to squelch their way on over to Zayden.
Uh-oh.
1 cannot get all the way to you, so it's actually going to double move to get there. But the other one was close enough. That's a soft 20 to hit.
That hits.
You take 11 points of bludgeoning damage. And 1 point of acid damage.
Ow.
Yeesh.
Gross.
And then the last one's going to squelch its way over and take a shot at Azure. And miss. A 13 is not good enough. Alright, that was their turn. Fira.
Okay. I'm gonna pull out the crossbow
Okay.
and there's 2 on Micah, 1 on.
2 on Micah, 1 is on Zayden, 1 is... actually, there are 2 on Zayden now, and there's 1 on Azure.
Alright, I'm gonna shoot at the one that's on Azure.
Okay.
Because that makes the most sense. It's gonna be a 20 to hit?
Oh yeah, that hits.
Oh yeah. It's gonna be 5 damage. Piercing.
Okay.
That's really it. That's all I'm gonna do.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alright. Micah.
Hi. I'm gonna hit one of them with my my wisdom club.
Okay.
So whichever one I hit with the spores earlier,
Sure.
is the one that I'm gonna make a swing at. So that's a 19 to hit.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
And that's gonna be 16 damage.
Yeah, you smash your stick into it, and a chunk of it just kind of sloughs off onto the floor.
Man, that cut out at a couple of really inopportune times.
Yes, it did.
Because I know what you meant to say, but what you actually said was that you hit your dick into it, and then it sloughs off into several chunks.
Well, I said what I said. Whatever.
It cut the S off.
It's annoying.
Great. That's great.
Yeah, no, but I club it real good with my casting focus.
Yeah. I mean, it is still standing, but you certainly gave it a good crack in the head, or, you know, the amorphous
A good
form.
weapon.
I've been told that you're supposed to cast spells as druids, but mostly blunt trauma seems to be working for me.
Yeah, I mean, it sort of seems to be your thing. Anything else?
No, that'll be it.
All right, Zayden.
All right, well, I'm going to take a slash or two at the one that's jumped on me.
Are you getting the mouse? Go get the mouse.
That is a 17 to hit with my sword.
Slushy slashy.
Okay.
And
Fire.
a 19 to hit on the second slash.
Yeah, both hit.
Excellent.
Were you hitting the same one, or?
Yeah.
Okay.
The one that just attacked me, easy 2 slashes on one thing.
Sure. Do me a favor and tell me what the damage is for the first hit.
That'll be 5 damage.
Okay. So, as you hit the thing with your sword, you watch as the blade hews straight through it, and instead of carving pieces off, you watch as it actually breaks apart into two pieces.
Oh, great.
I think it's still an option.
I mean, if it just became two, I don't like. Do they both look worse for wear?
It looks like it almost sheared clean around the blade, and almost as if you didn't particularly hurt it at all.
Oh. So what you're saying is it's not worth dealing with that second hit? Or did you just have it split up like that so I could choose which one to attack next? Since the one is now two.
Give me an insight check.
Wait. Is he insight checking your motives as the DM?
No.
That's meta as fuck.
And that's a 20. Not natural, but a 20.
You get the impression that the thing actually appears to be a bit adaptive and didn't seem overly bothered by being hit by a sword.
Okay.
And now both appear to be moving under their own motor function.
Great. Even a magic sword isn't going to do much because of the type of damage.
Yeah, I know what's
all
happening here, so I'm going to try not to say anything.
Yeah, when we cut it up, it becomes two.
Yeah, no, I understand what just happened. I should have expected it, but also the weapon I have is just happens to be a sword.
I think you can summon your pact weapon as any type of weapon.
Yes, but it takes a while to transform it.
You need like greater pact weapon and stuff to get certain types.
Unless you have a specific weapon, like a magic weapon that has been turned into your pact weapon, I think it's just dismissing it and resummoning it as a new thing. But I could be wrong. It would take you like a full round pretty much to do, but I'm going to look that up because I'm curious.
You know, I think I don't know about a full round. I think it's like if you want to change its
Pact
shape
of the
in, like,
Blade.
10
You can
minutes.
use your action to create a pact weapon in your hand. You can choose the form the melee weapon takes each time you create it. You have proficiency with it while you wield it. There is a certain number of weapons. There are certain types of weapons you can make, though. Because I know that it's limited by like greater pact weapon is what you need to be able to make like a crossbow and stuff like that.
Yeah, you can make any melee weapon. You just can't make ranged weapons.
Any one-handed melee weapon, I think. I don't think you can make like a great sword.
As a hexblade, he should be able to make two-handed. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. Well, either way, I don't think I can reform it before its next attack.
No, it would take an action to do it.
Yeah,
but
you can. You can dismiss it. I think as like a
bonus action.
or a free, yeah. So.
Yeah.
You can go for another attack if you'd like. Though you actually already rolled another attack.
But yeah, you can totally like turn your sword into a club.
A cudgel.
Yeah, I'd probably end up turning it into a
magical blackjack.
But since we're on this turn and you've already rolled the attack, if you've noticed that the blade isn't working, you do have other options.
Yeah, you could do the warlock thing at it.
But
this is my pact weapon, a burlap sack filled with doorknobs.
I'm suggesting that perhaps you have another weapon close to hand, or rather, a hand.
Right as that may be, that 2 attacks per action is packed weapon only.
Oh.
Yeah. So if you're going to allow me to just punch instead, I will.
No, if it's packed weapon only. But I will let you rescind that attack since you
Okay,
got
good.
ahead of yourself.
Yeah.
So we don't make more goo.
Yes. Okay. Yeah, so I'm gonna unsummon the sword as my, I guess, my bonus action.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Azure's turn. He's going to try and back up 5 feet from the one in front of him. And he is going to cast Lightning Arrow onto a dagger. But he's going to provoke as he backs away. But that is not good enough to hit. So now he's going to cast Lightning Arrow. And he's going to hurl a dagger at the thing. And he is going to miss.
Azure,
Everybody missed.
but-
It's like nobody did anything.
I did something. You shut your whore mouth.
But,
No, I meant with them.
Wow.
Jesus.
well,
Jesus.
typically speaking, it would be still okay because Lightning Arrow does damage whether you hit or miss. And it would attempt to Kerzap this thing, except there's a small problem. As the dagger lands in front of the jelly, it emits an electrical burst that zaps the jelly. And as the energy courses through the jelly, you watch as it bubble and pops a bit, and then, like watching a grotesque mitosis, it pulls itself apart into 2 pieces.
Of course.
All right. Slashing multiplies it, and shocking it multiplies it.
I read that context clue when Dustin was like, "Are we sure it's not electrical damage?"
Look, I know what the
So I'm
monster
gonna leave
stats
the
are.
sense of
Azure
myself.
doesn't.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
But when earlier we were like, when you were like, "Are you sure the spell doesn't do lightning damage? Because it's important if it does lightning damage." I
No.
was like, "Oh."
Well,
If
now you
you
have a
should-
visual context clue.
You should throw those details in when it doesn't matter. Like
Oh yeah.
you take
worry.
a swing, at it, and you're like, "Oh, does your attack do radiant damage?" I'm like, "No," and you're like, oh, "Okay, good." And the monster has no relation to radiant damage whatsoever.
Oh,
Just-
believe me, I'm not above doing such a thing.
He's not. I've met him.
Bree, I have a story for you not during game.
Oh, jeez.
Anyway, so that was Azure's turn. So now it's the jelly's turn. You also hear swearing is not a common thing in Celestial. It can be done. And you certainly hear the longest string of it you've ever heard put together in that language. And Fira, you even pick out a couple of words, and you're like, I don't think those are appropriate. And Zion, you're just listening to this, and you're like, I don't think I've ever heard that language. I don't think I've ever heard my own tongue used in such a fashion.
Mentally takes notes.
Yeah. All right.
Okay.
The two by Micah. One of them has to make a save, I imagine.
Yeah, it's going to be the same one that I've been hitting.
No.
So it's a DC 16
Nature's an
con save.
Roll some
good.
damage.
I shall.
No.
It's going to be 7 this time.
So now, it's gonna take some attacks. 2 on you.
How dare you?
That's a 10 and a 6. Zayden, there are now 3 on you.
Great.
Thanks, Azure. No, I'm kidding.
This not the 2 that Azure just created. This is all Zaiden's own fault.
Yeah, there were 2, now there's 3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the full-bodied one only rolls an 11, which I believe misses.
Yep.
But the other 2 are a 23 and an 18.
Jeez. Yeah, all right. It's the first battle of the dungeon, damn it. Yeah, no, I'll just take that.
Okay. You take a total of 13 points of bludgeoning damage. And another 4 points of acid damage.
Ouchies.
Ow.
As the 2 little ones that you split apart come around and give you a 1-2 punch to either side.
Jesus. Okay.
Yeah, this place sucks. Just as a heads up. Doesn't get any better.
All right, we better find a place to rest after this.
And 2 we're going to move towards Azure.
Mm-hmm.
But they both swing wide. He may be in the middle of cursing, but he certainly keeps nimble on his feet and stays out of the way of both of those swings. For the record, he absolutely has a stylish cutlass, and was totally ready to lay about with that until he saw Zaiden do what Zaiden did and was like, oh.
Yep.
I don't think I'll be doing that then.
Well,
Okay, Fira.
All right. I'm gonna continue shooting at the original one that I shot at, if I can still tell which one that was. That's dealing with Azure.
You see the arrow sort of sticking out of one of the 2 halves that's now in front of Azure.
Okay.
Slowly dissolving away.
Nice. Okay. Actually, I'm gonna be smart here. I'm gonna cast True Strike, which is a cantrip,
Okay.
and point a finger at one of the jelly things.
Sure.
And my magic grants me an insight on the target's defense.
What does it just tell you the armor class?
Like if it has resistances or that kind of a thing. Brief insight into the target's defense. It's all the thing. So I guess up to you.
Hold on. I want to see what the actual...
Player's Handbook, page 284.
True... Nope, that's True Stride. That's not gonna help anyone. Well, I mean, it might help you, but it helps in different ways. Also... Oh, Tree Stride. That's why it's there. Never mind. I know how reading works. Shh. It's called True Strike?
Yes.
It doesn't exist in the book. I feel
Really?
lied. Oh, no, there it is. I found it. Okay.
I was about to say, it definitely does.
Yeah, I was... on your turn... No, on your turn, you gain advantage on your first attack roll against the target, provided that this spell hasn't ended.
It doesn't actually give you any information. It just gives you the advantage on the next attack.
It gives you insights as to where it is weak, so you may stabulate the hell out of it.
Reading's fun. Can I rescind that?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna shoot it.
Go for it.
I understand why you thought what you
I got
thought the way it's
excited.
worded.
Mhm.
Yes.
And that would actually almost make True Strike a good cantrip.
Yeah.
Almost.
It is,
That's gonna be a
it is
20 to
widely
hit,
re-
by the way.
it is
Oh, yeah,
widely
that's-
regarded as the worst
Wait,
cantrip.
like a 2020?
Like a 14 plus 6, 20.
Oh, okay, so a soft toy. Okay. Yeah, that definitely hits.
Ooh, that's gonna be 8 damage piercing.
Okay.
Yo.
Nice shooting. All right. Anything else?
Nope.
All right.
It's gonna be it.
Cool. Then Micah.
Cool. I'm gonna hit this one with my club again.
Yeah, go for it.
Does a 15 hit?
Yes, it does.
Okay. 8. 15 damage.
Yeah, you come down hard again with the stick, and this time it spatters away, and you watch as the thing just sort of sloughs off into an unmoving puddle on the ground.
As with most problems that I've encountered, bludgeoning it into a fine paste seems to be the solution.
Yeah.
Anything else?
Yeah. Is it possible to flank one of these things?
Everybody else is standing sort of behind you, and the jelly is sort of the one remaining on you is sort of in front of you, slightly to your right. So not so much. You can circle around it if you'd like, but currently no one else is on it.
Nah, there's no like neat tumble check that I can do to get through on in the system, so I'm just gonna stand here.
Well, you can actually circle it as long as you don't leave its threatened space. You can like 180 around it.
Okay, then yeah, I'm gonna move to
Great.
flank it.
Okay.
What he's saying is you're not going to get a ganging up bonus yet because nobody is on the other side of it.
Correct.
Right, but I'm gonna move into a situation where presumably
Someone
my
else-
allies,
Yes.
who are numerous,
Yes.
will come and flank
We
with
are
me.
legion.
All right. Zayden,
Mm-hmm.
you got 3
So-
all up in your biz.
Yeah. I'm assuming that if I summon my weapon again, that counts as an action. Or
Is that
no?
It
You
takes
just
an
put
action.
it away.
It takes
'Cause
an
I-
action to summon it, right?
I put it away so I could summon it in a different form, but I'm realizing now I don't know if I'd be able to summon it and attack at the same time. Is that
I don't
an
know
option?
how does it take an action or a bonus action to conjure a pact?
I'm nearly certain it takes an action.
yeah?
Hang on, I have the thing up somewhere.
Yeah, it says, as an action, you can create a packed weapon in your hand. You choose the form, you're proficient with it, it counts as magical.
Then you have to spend an action to get the weapon.
And you will have to look up the rules of whatever weapon it is that you create, so you know what it swings with.
Yeah, but I was planning on making a quarterstaff, but with my current condition, it may just take too long. So I don't know. Like, what can I even do as a bonus action?
Do you have other
Um,
spells?
I mean, Eldritch Blast, since I'm right up against it, would be a disadvantage, I think.
Yep.
Um. Oh. Um. Actually, Frostbite might be good. I don't think that has a range disadvantage thing.
I
Like,
believe I have to make a save against that, don't I?
yes, yeah. I'm gonna go with the Frostbite, which is a con 15. Save.
Okay, which one are you hitting? You have the 2 smaller ones and the larger one.
The bigger one.
Okay. For the record, you do know that you have only shot the bigger one like once.
Oh, actually, I thought it was getting attacked by other people too. All right, fine. I'll go with one of the small ones.
You're a smart man. You would be. Oh, okay. That's a nat 20 to save against that.
So he takes half damage.
Does he?
Yes.
On a failed
Yeah.
save, the target takes 1d6
Oh,
cold
is
damage.
frostbite a level 1?
Oh, yeah, that's failed save. It's actually 2d6 for my damage normally. Let's see. That's failed save. So where's
So frostbite's a level 1?
it's a cantrip.
I didn't think you got half damage on cantrips.
No, yeah, no. Never mind. Never mind.
Do or do not. There is no try.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I
Except
tried.
on level spells.
Yeah. So I went for frostbite and it saved. So, oh well.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Rest in peace.
All right. Anything else?
No. Don't think there's anything else I can do.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, for what it's worth, is frostbite is an action, I assume?
Well, yeah, it's a spell, so it's
Well, some spells are bonus actions.
casting time, 1 action.
Okay. Never mind then.
Mm-hmm.
Azure's turn. Taking a cue from you. I really have to make shortcuts for his spells. Yeah. Nope.
I can do that for you if you want to send me a list of what he currently has prepared
That's all
while
right.
you're running.
He's gonna back up again. There it is. He's gonna take a couple of swipes from them. One of them's gonna hit for once. Okay. And that's 7 bludgeoning and 3 acid. He's gonna hold up his hands, and he is going to mutter a few words and jam his hands out, and a blast of cold is gonna flash over both of them. And they have to make Constitution saving throws. One succeeds and the other doesn't. Oof. Oof. Okay. So the one that failed its save, you watch as the blast of cold just freezes the thing into an absolute ice cube, unmoving.
That's how you do it, Cap.
And the other one is going to take a pretty harsh biting of cold, but is still chugging along. Now it's their turn. Micah, there's one on you.
Hey, it gets to make a Constitution saving throw.
Yeah. That sure is an 11.
That sure is 8 necrotic damage.
Oh.
I rolled max on that one.
Okay.
I don't often do that. I cannot wait until I hit next level and those jump from D4s to D6s.
Oh, disgusting.
stand next to me at the beginning of your turn. Immediately take a broadsword worth of damage.
Yeah. All right. Now it's gonna take a swing at you, though.
Well, that's not fair.
I mean,
I mean, it is.
but that's a 9, so that's not gonna do it. Zayden.
Yeah.
Here comes the pain.
Here comes the boom.
Oh boy.
Holy. That's a 23, a 23, and a 20.
Stop rolling so well.
Yeah, well, I hate to break it to you,
There's
it only happens
lies!
against you.
My only defense would be shield, and that adds +5 to my AC, which would make it a 19. So it's not worth using.
Oof.
You're welcome, Fira.
Thank you. Appreciate you.
That's what I'm here for.
I hate you.
Am I
so
down?
much.
I think I'm down. I'm probably down.
I mean, let me roll damage.
I mean, you don't have to.
I mean, I kind of do.
Nah.
So the first one's going to do 7 bludgeoning damage and 6 acid damage.
And I'm down.
Ooh.
I had 10 left.
Oh, because they're going to keep attacking you, and you're going to make some death saving throws.
Don't worry. I can fix at least that.
No, you can't.
Not if you die if you can't.
Right. No, but I mean,
The
I
other
can
two continue forward with their attacks. And as they run over you, the other 2 melee attacks on an unconscious form.
Is that 2 failures?
2 failures each.
Oh.
Each? Wouldn't it just be 1 per hit?
Attacks at melee while you're unconscious count as critical.
Oh, that's true. They automatically crit. I forgot about that.
Okay,
I've never
here's the
I've
thing.
never
Can I,
played with that rule because it's so overly brutal.
Yeah, that's horrible. Can I, like, as a reaction as I go down, have that the armor's cure wounds activate?
Take
Damn.
action to do that.
Damn, you know something's brutal when Tim is like, "That's a little harsh, guys."
That's really freaking harsh.
Yeah, I've never played with that rule. I've always had it be
Okay.
automatic failed.
I have something that can help you out here, bud. I legit have a method to protect you until this fight is over, provided I get to go before you die.
No, Alex, you watch as these
Yeah.
oozes slime over him,
Eat his body.
and you watch as he starts to dissolve in small pieces, and his form remains motionless.
I'm sorry. Did he sail through? Did he sail 3 Feth though? Did he
I
fail
have
3
two
death
failures.
saves immediately?
The 2
I have 2
following
failures.
attacks, after he fell unconscious, delivered 4 immediate failures.
2.
4.
Well, then.
Yeah, getting bum rushed by a lot
But
of
it's the
dudes in
DM's
5e
rule,
is
so the
very
DM
dangerous.
No,
could
that's
say
the
no.
that's the rule in the book.
Yeah, no, that is the rule as written. That is the actual in the book rule, which is why I said I've never actually played with that. Because it's
That's
so
fortunate.
rough.
Holy
Yeah.
shit.
It is too rough.
All right. Well, provided that I still have an answer for this.
We're still in combat. Let's.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're still in combat. The rest of y'all could die too.
No.
I
I am very difficult to kill. I can just leave.
Okay. That was them jellies. The one still on Azure's gonna slink its way forward and miss. So that takes it back to the top with Fira.
Yeah.
You have just watched your erstwhile companion fall to the ground and does not appear to be moving or breathing.
Also, half of him disintegrated.
Again, guys, I've got this. I can at least buy us a lot of time to fixing it once we're done here.
Okay. Gonna. Is he? Is
He's
he
dead. Focus
inside
on the
one
slimes.
or is he inside multiple? That sounds weird.
How many creatures are you inside of at once? Yeah. He is currently covered by 2 of them.
Smaller or large?
They are considered medium-sized creatures. Well, actually,
Well,
that's not
compared to
fair.
the ones around.
3 of them are actually rolled over him. 1 of them is large, and the other 2 are medium.
How many of these nerds are there left?
Too many.
2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Okay, that's many. All right.
But some of them have been at least knocked in half.
Some of them are these subdivided jellies.
Sure. Well, we've got jelly all up in our jam, so we need to get jelly out of our jam right now.
Yeah. Fira, what are you doing?
Shooting one of the medium-sized ones.
Cool.
I don't hit it. 10 doesn't hit, right?
10 hits.
Ooh. Okay.
They're jellies. They're not very dexterous.
That'll take 8 damage. Piercing.
Okay. On the same ones that you were shooting before?
No, the medium-sized
Ziden.
one's on Ziden, yeah.
Okay. You actually watch as one of the medium ones, the arrow sinks in, and it burbles, and a hiss of releasing gas more than anything than an actual audible sound emits from the thing as it burbles apart and just sloughs away.
Okay.
I don't like anything about how you verbally describe jelly. Not even a tiny bit. I don't like that jelly just farted itself to death.
It squelches as it munches.
It is dead. Anything else?
Maybe a visible slight panic attack, but whatever.
Yeah, that's fair. Micah.
All right. I'm gonna club the one that's closest to me.
Sure, go for it.
My game plan remains steady. That's a 17.
Yeah, that hits.
Cool. 22 damage.
Yeah. A huge chunk of it blisters off, but there still appears to be a small amount of it that's still congealed around chips of bone and dissolving meat that is still threatening you. Anything else?
No. That's my combat game plan when I don't want to use spells.
No, that's totally fair.
I turn into a big mushroom man. And then I hit them. I hit them with my wisdom club.
Yeah.
I can use Shatter again, but I don't want to, because then we'll probably take damage.
No, we're doing it. These things aren't... I feel like we're gonna get the rest of these guys. And as long as there's, some remains of Ziden left over, I can at least give us an indefinite amount of time to resurrect his body.
Okay.
You're gonna raise dead, aren't you?
No, raise dead would not let us resurrect his body. I'm going to hit him with gentle repose. And then I'm going to hit him with gentle repose every 10 days. Because that's how that spell works. Giving us essentially an infinite amount of time to resurrect him.
All right. So Azure's turn. He's
At
going to
least
back
there's a
up
plan.
again.
What was that, Zayden, buddy?
No, it was me. I said at least there's a plan.
Oh, yeah. No,
Yeah.
I mean, it's not a perfect plan, but it's definitely better than the no plan.
He is going to Frost Blast the sucker in front of him, or Ray of Frost it. Which successfully hits him. And appears to give him bits of frost all around it. And now it is the jelly's turn. Do you want to poison the one in front of you?
Yeah, preferably the one that I just hit.
Yeah.
Yeah, so DC 16 Constitution saving throw.
For once, that's 21.
Oh. Pretty certain that just means it doesn't take damage.
Okay.
Let me double check that, but I'm pretty certain that you just don't get hurt.
Yeah.
I just gotta scroll. Yep. Spores don't do nothing.
Okay. It's going to take a swat at you.
Rude.
But that's an 11. I only rolled well like 3 times with these guys. It just happened to be 3 times in a row. The ones that are eating Zayden, the two, well, actually just the one at this point. The one small boy is gonna stay there and continue to work on his snack. The other one's going to slough over and take a swat at Fira.
Okay.
That is a 13 to hit.
Nope.
Okay, you managed to dodge out of the way as a half of a skull actually launches out on the end of this pseudopod and attempts to essentially teeth its way into you. But you duck narrowly out of the way.
Okay. That's weird. Okay.
That's the snacky boy. That's the one that just went after Fira. And the one that is sort of frosted to the ground, you see it sort of shifting and writhing about, but it actually can't move this turn because it had its movement speed reduced by 10. So it is stuck in place. Which brings us back to the top of the order. Fira, there's one all up in your biz.
Yes, there is. Oh, that's a thing. How far away from me is Micah? And/or Azure?
Azure is about 15 feet back from you. Micah is rounded the other side. It's about 5. It's like a 5-foot gap, like another square.
Okay.
Back to the jelly, and then he is on the opposite side of that jelly.
Okay. And then...
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
If I cast a thing,
Yeah.
and Zayden is down and down,
He can't get any more down than he currently is. So.
In a burning ring of fire.
Excellent. So I'm gonna say fuck it and shoot like a very apologetic glance as I cast Thunderwave.
That's fair. That's fair.
Is there any way for you to angle that where it
Nope.
doesn't hit me?
It has to originate from her.
Right, but like,
Nope.
couldn't she attack the ones that aren't right next?
It's a
Like
15-foot cube.
Yeah, it's
so
50
so.
feet out in all directions from her.
All right. What's the save?
Constitution.
Okay, well, at least I'm good at those. What's the DC?
14.
Okay, well, I definitely pass. I'm not good at math, but I know that 17 plus 3. I love collateral damage.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's my favorite kind of them.
Vague stock adult. My favorite kind of.
It's my favorite kind of them.
Okay.
For what it's
I am
worth,
casting it. Yeah.
the 3 around you all failed.
Nice.
So damage them up.
I believe I still
They-
take half damage, right?
Yes, it'll be half damage, and all jellies in that 15-foot cube are gonna take it, Dustin.
Oh yeah.
So.
Take it right in the jelly.
The only one that you couldn't hit was the one over attempting to get to Azure. He was.
That's the only
because-
one that was not in the cube. Okay.
Yeah, Azure wasn't in range, and therefore that one wasn't either, because they were both far enough
So-
back.
The 3 that are. I gotta take out more dice. The 3 that were. Well, the 2 now that were eating Zidon are hit too, correct?
Well, one of them, you know,
Yeah.
slid
One
its
died, but
way
there were 2
off
more.
towards you,
Alright.
but yes, one was
Yep.
on top of you. Yes.
Okay, cool. I can't math, so okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so
And it is thunder damage.
yes, it's
Okay.
thunder damage.
Okay.
Well, the good
I'd hope
news
for
is,
a spell called
Micah, you're
Thunder.
only gonna take 9 damage because the things that failed the throw are gonna take 18.
That's okay. You didn't knock me out of mushroom form, so we're all good.
Okay.
Okay. As you proceed to wave your hands, and this
Yes.
burst of thunderous energy rolls outward,
Yes.
you watch as the thunder rolls out and all 3 jellies within range of you burst like
Nice.
ruptured sacks. The one directly in front of you, Micah, just sprays up against you.
I've had grosser.
That's my thoughts exactly.
Uh,
At least I effectively knocked them all down.
there's-
No, it was real good.
Yeah.
Thank
You just hardcore. Sorry, that is a lie. The one directly in front of you, is still standing.
Alive.
But
Okay.
it took it like chunks of it were torn away by that blast.
Nice. Okay.
But the medium one on top of Zidon and the one directly in front of Micah absolutely burst.
Nice. So Zidon is out of. Well, he's covered in jelly, but he's out of jelly.
Yes.
Cool.
Um,
You're welcome. Even
I'm
though you're
covered in
dead,
jelly,
you're
not
welcome.
jellies.
all right, Micah.
Yeah, I'm gonna go smack the one that's still up.
There's one in front of Fira and one that's about 10 feet off from Azure.
Azure seems to have that one on control, so I'm gonna flank the one that's hitting Fira.
That's fair. Go for it.
In what manner does flanking bonus apply in
You
this
get
system?
advantage on the attack.
Beautiful. Okay. Well, I definitely hit.
Okay.
About as effectively as one could possibly hit it.
Did you crit?
I sure did.
Yes!
I love critting on a half-dead slime that would have died to minimum damage anyway. It's the best.
I mean,
It
I'm curious what
happens.
your full damage is.
Well, it's not going to be full damage because I didn't roll max damage. I actually rolled a 4 on the D8 and a 3 on the D6.
So what's the total?
The total is I add the. Do I just double the dice or do I also double
Just
the?
double the
bonus?
dice, and then you add your modifier after.
Ah, lame. That's going to be 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 22 damage.
Whew.
Yeah, well, only by a little bit. You just managed to squelch the thing into the ground and pop it so it sort of splashes around your legs again.
Only just.
So, anything else?
No, I moved and I smashed.
Cool. The one in front of Azure, he's going to Ray of Frost again. That's narrowly enough to hit. That's another 4 damage, continuing to leave it frozen in place. It's frozen, so Fira, you want to do anything?
I'm gonna shoot it with my bow.
Okay.
Does an 8 hit?
Sure does.
Ooh. Okay. That'll be 6 damage. Piercing.
Okay. As that arrow sinks into it,
It shatters?
yet another gives a and it just bubbles away.
Huh.
And for the moment, it appears that you have a breather. But Azure immediately runs over and starts looking over your Asimar friend on the ground. No. No.
No, calm down. Calm down. Now, we probably don't have an hour, so I'm going to have to burn a spell slot, but give me a second.
Yeah.
I walk over
What are you doing?
Wait, why would you need an hour?
because I can ritual cast it if I do it in an hour.
That I thought that usually took.
Ritual casting is 10 minutes.
Oh, 10 minutes. Do you think we've got 10 minutes?
Or you can just
I have no certainty either way.
Yeah, probably
I can
not.
just have 10 minutes.
I looked up what gentle repose is. That's just keeping me from rotting,
Yes.
not
it
reviving
extends-
me, which is what needs to happen.
What?
Right. Here's the thing, right? Corpses don't keep for that long. And I can hit you with gentle repose, which buys us 10 days to find someone who can cast Raise Dead. And I can recast it at the end of the 10-day period to buy us another 10 days. What I'm buying us is time
Friend,
till we
what-
find someone who has the means to res you.
What
Like
are you,
Azure might.
What are you doing?
Well, I'm going to go ahead and assume that nobody on the boat knows how to raise the dead, right?
Well,
You do, don't you?
as it happens, I could, in a manner of speaking, yes.
Okay. In a manner of speaking, sounds a lot more like reincarnation, which
You're a man.
is neat.
You're a man well versed in the world, and yes, that is.
Okay.
Reincarnation is my favorite D&D spell, just by the way.
Iceberg is still
Well, I'm
mine,
pumped.
but reincarnation is hilarious. Well,
Would y'all let the captain speak so we know what he's actually going to do to me?
You're dead.
reincarnation. We know what he's going to do to you.
I could bring your friend back, but he may not come back in the same way.
Right. No, I got you. He might come back as a sentient hedgehog. Anything's possible.
He might come back as a PhD exclusive race.
So what I was going to do was hit him with... I was going to put his soul in a doggy bag, essentially. And let us sort of hold on to him until we can get somebody who knows how to properly bring him back still as an Azamar. Which I think he'd probably appreciate.
The question was put to you that he's your companion.
Hold on. Do I know how to speak with dead? Give me a second.
Oh dear lord.
I sure don't.
Hey,
Yeah. So
But
I'm-
I also must caution that we are within the bowels of hell,
right.
Literally.
and for as much as I want to respect his boundaries, there's also the matter of carrying a body through what we have left in front of us.
Actually, you know what? I don't know if that's true. Give me a second. I'm pretty certain you
Oh, dear
don't
Lord.
actually need a corpse in order to raise dead.
Oh dear lord.
Yes, you do.
Or
The
if
only-
that's what you need to do is to
Uh,
preserve me,
you're
right
dead, shut up.
next to the
Professor.
boat.
Actually, you totally don't. The only component necessary to raise dead is a diamond worth 500 GP. And that the body has not been dead longer than 10 days.
right, but you need the body.
Yeah.
It does not say you
Raise
do.
dead literally starts with, you return a creature you touch to life.
Oh, a dead creature you touch. Yeah. Doesn't say how much of the body you need. Maybe I can just walk around with his skull.
Or you
Considering
could just drop me
considering-
down the shaft
considering-
onto the longboat.
You're dead, shut
considering
up.
True Resurrection,
No!
True Resurrection specifically says you only need a piece of their body. I'm guessing every single other death revive spell requires you to have their whole body. That being said, you definitely could like redo him without limbs and then just put his limbs back on.
Yeah, no, you're right. Actually, Raise Dead has a line. If the creature is lacking body parts or organs integral for its survival, its head, for instance, the spell automatically fails.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
Okay.
like if they've just dissolved his legs, you could bring him back as just like a stumpy boy.
Right.
Two of us will be back in a
dear
moment. Oh, hi there.
I gather that was a yes.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah. So she's just freaking out hardcore and
yeah.
kind of just.
When you do so,
Mhm.
you first hear Mama's voice,
Mhm.
and she whispers to you, "Child,
Mama.
the boy's spirit is at the verge of great darkness. You must make a decision quickly, one way or another." And then
But-
you hear from a completely different side.
Of course.
Well, if you're trying to make decisions, my darling, I could give you a choice for bringing him back.
Kind of a choice.
Well, one that would bind you together, and, well, one that would mean a debt to me.
What do you mean bind us together?
Well, you must decide if his life is worth making baggage you carry yourself.
I'm not gonna grow a second head, am I?
When you deal in the unknown can happen.
And if I choose the other, it's just a indebtment to be determined at a future time.
Yes, yes. Don't listen to him.
Mama, what choice do I have?
All that leads that way is ruin. Your captain, he has a choice for you.
Is that really a safer way? Then we don't have time.
Well, it sounds as if his option is now as much now as your papa's.
But is that what he would want?
I can tell you that what your papa offers is most definitely what he does not want.
Okay.
I'm gonna put you back in the...
Okay. Okay.
Getting it. What does he do? Adds
Azure,
1.
go ahead
You
and
need to.
do the
You need
spell.
to steal. You need to steal some. You need to steal some medium armor.
Wait, we're gonna. Hey, Azure, do you happen to know any clerics?
Azure, just do the resurrection.
What? Whoa, whoa.
What?
Y'all know any clerics? Because I'm not so certain reincarnation is a great idea.
I mean,
It's the best choice that we have.
I'm gonna blow the spell slot. I poke him with some gentle repose.
okay.
Because we can revivify him, which is it's not a hard, a level 3 cleric should have that. A cleric who has access to level 3 spells can revivify.
Here's a question: Did he actually say it was reincarnation? This is me speaking. Literally,
Yes.
I don't remember what was actually said.
Yes, he pointedly highlighted when Micah was like, "Aha, reincarnation." And he was like, "Yeah."
Okay.
There's a catch.
I missed that. Was all.
There's a catch. The one resurrection spell that has a catch.
Yeah. No, Mike. It's all this death stuff is very much within Micah's wheelhouse, which is why I feel like he would know this. I could be bad. I shouldn't. I shouldn't make him a zombie. No. I should not animate dead.
What are we gonna do then?
I hit him with Revivify. Are there any clerics on board? Azure.
I mean, we have some, but
okay. Can any of them cast at a 3rd level?
Some are trained in more experienced arts, but none have practiced in arts that dabble in life and death.
Well, his corpse is going to stay for a while, and since I got him quick, if one of your clerics can cast Revivify, he'll just be back, and we won't have to throw them onto the roulette wheel of fate to see if he comes back as like a fucking bugbear.
I can bring him back.
What?
I can bring him back.
All right. Short. Okay. All right. No, let's roll them bones.
All right, Vera, do you have a means of revivification?
I do. I can bring him back. I just give me a second. And she gets down next to his body.
Okay. So you watch as Farah reaches out her hands and she slowly starts to wave them over the body. And as she does, dark purple traces start to circle around over the corpse, and you hear her start to mutter. And the words that come out are in deep speech. And you hear her whispering, "From the darkness, a new light rises. From the darkness, new life is born. From the darkness, the whispered one can do all." And she jams her hands down on the body just as Azure realizes what is being said and yells out, "No!"
Fuck.
Zed, you have a chance to resist what is happening right now.
Sure is good that one of us knows how to
What?
speak deep speech.
Is it? What am I like?
From
Is this
from
something I would
within,
resist?
from the edge of transition between life and death, you stand in a gray and absent space. A familiar figure standing next to you with a sad hand on your shoulder. When suddenly you hear a rumbling, screeching roar, and dark tendrils fire through the veil of gray and ensnare themselves around you.
What?
And the figure screams out this carnal, deep, tearing scream. If you would like to resist this effect, you may make a Constitution saving throw. Actually, that's a lie. In this circumstance, it would be a Charisma saving throw.
Okay. Well, that's very good. That's an 18 plus 7.
Okay, sure. What is your save DC?
Mine?
Yeah.
Probably not 18.
Probably not.
25.
No. It's a 14.
Okay. You feel the spell connect, and there is a writhing as little wisps of tendrils lift the body from the ground and twist and shake it. But a burst of golden light emits from his body, and it slams back to the ground.
Well,
Still dead?
Still dead.
Fuck.
well, I feel that was fucking terrifying. Cool. Somebody help me
Azure
get the
proceeds
corpse.
to grab Fira up by the lapels. What in all of the blazing universes did you think you were doing?
Don't mind me. I'm just dragging the corpse of my friend to the lifeboat.
Taking the last option that we had that was a definitive try.
All that was definitive about that was you condemning your friend.
What are you talking about?
Guys, his soul's fine. I promise. I did a thing, but he is also heavy. So if somebody could help me with this, I would appreciate it.
The void does not grant true life. You play with dark things, and they will consume you.
Just bring him back, would you? And she turns and walks away to go help.
Just dragging a corpse.
I'm coming to help. Slow down, big guy.
Hey, so how long have you known how to speak deep speech?
I spoke deep speech.
You sure did. You said a big old spooky thing. It's a good thing that one of us knows how to speak deep speech. Otherwise, we wouldn't have understood any of that, and it would have been really confusing.
Oh, shit.
That's a mighty fine horn you have that you are tooting on.
No, it's cool. It's just I in order to save continuity, I had to make sure everybody knew about the secret language I speak.
Well,
You
no big deal.
So now that cat's out of the bag.
I mean, you feel free to throw that information out there. There sure was another guy who reacted very adamantly when she said that, so I may have explained what we said because an NPC might know how to speak some deep speech.
Yeah.
Well, Micah, just
Look, you do enough mushrooms and you learn all kinds of things.
may have sold my soul a little bit there, but it's okay. We'll figure something out, I'm sure.
Yeah, I used the gentle repose. Then we find a cleric on the boat.
Yeah,
and signs
but
back
he just
good
said
as
that no
new.
cleric knows it.
Again, yeah. Unfortunately,
Then I keep it up until we get to a port where there is a cleric.
And that could be months, Micah.
Okay, and
We kind of need him.
yeah, sure, but sounds like we don't really have better options.
well, again, I could bring him back.
Does anybody on your boat know how to speak with the dead? Because I don't want to reincarnate somebody without their permission.
To be fair, I just did that without
Yeah, but I mean,
permission.
that doesn't
And to be
require
fair,
him to
it
roll
did
on
not
a.
work.
That doesn't require him to roll on a sub race table.
Hold on a second. I need to do. You children can talk amongst yourselves for a moment.
Okay.
I try not to metagame. Oh, Zaiden's over there.
Hi there.
Hey.
You watch as with that primal scream as your to call him a dark passenger is maybe to misrepresent him, but
Mm-hmm.
Your radiant passenger is looking sadly at you as you have died, and he seems ready to open his mouth to impart the knowledge of the universe because the dead are given more rights. As these tendrils come ripping through the space between death and attempt to draw you back, and he screams out, and you watch as an entire rain of golden blades just comes whipping out from under the cloak, and an absolute rain of them shears the tentacles free, and you fall absolutely in agony to your knees.
Ow!
Sidon, are you okay?
As well as I can be in this state. Am I dead?
You are at a crossroads.
Well, that's not fully dead, so that's a good thing.
There are those that still wait on the mortal side. They have options. options for restoring you. Some quite foul, but
I'm
others,
assuming those tendrils were the foul one.
apparently.
Yeah, that didn't feel right. That didn't feel right at all.
But I think perhaps I can still hear your vessel still bears my burden until you move on, and I can hear them speaking. One has a way to restore you, but your body would be changed.
That's not ideal. But, I mean, are there other options?
Your large friend with the sporish complexion.
Micah,
He
yes.
can keep you wavering at the door, but you may be burdened with this existence for some time. I have seen other souls at this distance. It has a cost.
I bet. But though I do like the idea of just being kept until I can be brought back as myself, it sounds like if no one on the ship can do that, then it would take a while and they'd be down an ally until then, which would make things more difficult. Do I even get a choice in this? I can't communicate to them.
I could give you a brief window to speak, but it would only be for the briefest of breaths.
Well, I would appreciate that, but there's a lot that goes into this.
You must decide quickly. They are not of one mind, and a mind divided is a mind to be destroyed.
That makes sense. I just, like, if I come back as something that just doesn't work with who I am, would I be able to fix that?
There are a great many magics. The sea is vast. It would
Oh,
be an undertaking, but the question is also, are you flesh and bone and blood, or are you light and bravery and commitment?
I mean, the latter. I am who I am in my mind, but
Then perhaps does a candle and a burning torch both cast light?
if I'm brought back in a new form, would you still be with me? Would I still be able to use everything I've learned?
When you took upon my bond, the agreement was until you drew your last breath.
You cut off after took.
Oops, sorry about that. When we made our bond, the agreement was until your last breath. Whether it is in those lungs or another,
Um, I'm assuming you finished that with another?
Yes, I did.
Yeah,
Sorry, I
okay.
don't know why my...
Okay. Well, that's definitely good to know. So many possibilities. You know what? I think I'd be fine with that. We're in the... There's so many mysteries to this world. I'm in no mood to leave it, and why not experience a mystery along the way?
Bravery is bold, and most certainly of the light.
Mhm.
I shall give you a window to speak to your companions, but you have but 25 words. Choose them carefully.
Oh man, that's that out of character. That's gonna take me a sec. Let me.
Oh, I'm gonna
let
go.
me-
I'm gonna go figure out what the hell they're doing before I have the effect happen. Shoot me a message when you have it down.
Okay, you'll probably see me typing in the chat. I'm just
Yeah.
using it to
Yeah.
to figure it out.
I'm gonna put you back in the thing though.
All right.
Hello.
Hi. So,
Hi.
so you're in the process of moving his body?
Yes.
Yeah.
During the entire time that those two were arguing with each other, I was dragging his corpse onto the longboat.
And I
Okay,
ran
there
to
is
catch
a...
up with him, and they had a bonding moment. It was really touching, okay?
Oh, good.
Yeah, it was a nice little bonding moment.
I totally believe that. I do have the question of how you moved his body down a 40-foot 5 vertical tunnel.
Hold on.
Admittedly, remember I said I tied that rope to my belt?
Oh, I understand that. The rope runs back down to the boat.
Right. So, hold on.
Okay.
I definitely have a spell for this.
Oh, okay.
You sound surprised.
No, This is Alex. I've met Alex. I'm not it. No part of that shocks
What's
me.
the shaft made of?
It is a slick metallic surface.
Hey, you said the magic word.
Slick?
Metallic. Metallic is pretty much stone. I'm gonna meld with stone and then just sort of blorp my way up the shaft.
That does not work.
All right, tough.
That does not work. You need actual stone.
Fine then. I'm gonna hit. Okay, so how does a corpse count in terms of willing creature?
I always hate that question. It feels very wrong, but let's go ahead and say that I'm going to call it a case-by-case basis. You're going to tell me what you're doing.
Generally
By
speaking,
and large, you can't protest, but, like, I'm going to have protests as a DM depending on what it is.
I'm gonna hit it with gaseous form. And turn him into a gas. And then just blorp him to the top.
Do you have gaseous form at this level?
You're damn straight I do.
I actually could have taken that spell.
Yeah.
Not only do I have gaseous form at this level, it is a circle of spores spell, which means I have it always prepared, and it does not count against my 3rd level spell slot preparation total.
Okay, so yeah, I will say you can turn him into a gas.
Cool. So yeah, I'm just gonna bottle my friend.
Okay.
Actually, yeah, that does work. Cause
Yeah.
You won't be able to concentrate on anything else.
Yeah. So
Also, if you get attacked and you lose concentration, his body will just rematerialize, bump to the floor.
Yeah. No, I'm gonna sort of bottle him, and then I'm going to carry the bottle of corpse gas up the rope.
Oh, you're bringing him back to the ship.
Yeah, because it's right there.
I thought you were doing this so that you could bring him with on
No.
on boat dungeon.
No. That would be a bad idea. Yeah, and then I'll climb up the rope and give them the bottle, and then stop the spell, and he'll explode out of the bottle because it's a bottle.
No,
He's
what?
a corpse.
Back to you mean back to the Sapphire?
Yeah, the boat we came here on.
No, the longboat.
Yeah, the longboat.
Okay.
I'll put it on the longboat and then ungash his form.
Oh yes, okay. So you do
Warp.
that.
Yeah. Do I need to make like a check to climb the rope, or can I just climb the rope?
No, there's the ladder that runs the interior of the.
Okay, so yeah, that's what I. Bloop, he's in a gas now.
Sure does.
Boof, I'm down a 3rd level spell slot, and I'm in a 2nd level spell slot, but his corpse ain't going anywhere for 10 days. Let it not be said I am not a team player. Okay, and then I'll go back down.
You went down to get to the boat. You
Jesus Christ. I go back to where we were.
Okay.
I take the corpse. I bring it back to the boat. I turn it back into a corpse. I go back to my friends who are alive.
Well, so you had the bonding moment down on the boat, right?
Yes.
So as the
it's so cute.
as the bonding moment concludes, you go to start to climb your way back up the ladder, and a whipping, windy motion draws your attention back towards the body. And you watch as, drawn from Zaiden's corpse, this golden ball of light drifts up and slowly folds itself out.
Got it.
Into a semi-translucent projection of Zaiden.
This is Zayden.
Wait.
I can't come to the phone right now.
Wait. So did I or did I not use a 3rd level spell to turn my friend into a gas?
You did.
You got him down
Okay.
the boat. You've just deposited
Wait,
the
wait,
body
wait.
on the boat.
Wait, hold on. Sorry. Did I bring a body down or did I bring a body up? Because if I was bringing a body down, I'd just kick him down the fucking ladder. He's already a corpse.
Okay, then that's what you do.
Okay, yeah. I'm not gonna blow a spell slot on nothing.
I was trying to figure out the contextual of it.
That's what I was thinking with the rope. You just drop down the hole, holding onto the rope.
Oh, see, I heard that and thought the other way because it seemed like such a non-issue if we were at the top.
No, you were at the top.
What? Why would the sewers be at the top?
Look, it's space. All kinds. Directions are relative.
No.
Anyways.
Yeah, no. We get him to the top of the stairs and unceremoniously dump him down the ladder.
Okay.
I'm standing at the top of the ladder
You're
then.
gonna
For
make
reference.
a dex check?
Okay. Kashunk indeed, Tim. 18.
Okay. You managed to land him pretty evenly in the boat so you don't accidentally capsize the longboat with his corpse.
That would help.
Yeah, I feel good about this.
Okay.
Well, then all the same, as you both turn to step back from the top of the ladder, moment concluded, a ball of light fires back up through the tunnel, and that same translucent form appears to deliver a message.
Son of a bitch. Hi,
This
buddy.
is Zayden. I can't come to the phone right now. We've established it.
What does Zaiden's Force Ghost have to say?
Zaiden?
Resurrect me however you can in this form or another. I am who I am and will be more, not less. My light shall shine.
Like Space Ghost.
Resurrect me however you can, says person who has resisted only attempts to resurrect him.
All right. Well,
There's a reason for that.
And then
I know.
he bursts into a series of glittering fine golden sparks and fades away.
Okay. See, now that's the kind of clear-cut answer that I need when somebody brings up the prospect of reincarnation.
So I wasn't wrong in telling Azure to do it, was I, Micah?
Yeah, but I mean, I wasn't going to do it without asking. That's a very personal spell. I like waking up in the morning with the same number of limbs that I went to sleep with, all right? And no, like, extra prehensile noses.
So
hashtag his body, his choice.
Yeah!
So
It's about consent.
I should take that as a measure that you never want me to reincarnate you, then.
Yeah, nah, dude. Someone's got gentle repose on your boat. Take the time.
I mean, several of them do.
Yeah, so we're good. Take the time for me, but he's impatient.
Several of them have gentle repose. None of them can be bothered to take the 8 hours to have Revivify, though.
Azure, go do the thing.
Yeah, you go Azure it up, my friend.
Oh, okay. Has your friend always been able to do the strange light ghost?
I'm learning new things about everyone today, so just move on. Okay?
I mean, maybe. I haven't had to talk to his corpse before, so it's entirely possible that this is fully within his regular retinue.
All right. Friend, could I borrow a few of your mushrooms?
You know, normally I make people charge for that, but yeah, all right. I pluck a couple off of my head.
Okay. Azure descends to the longboat and sets about crushing the mushrooms and spreading them out over Zaiden's corpse. And he utters several incantations in Celestial. Zaiden.
Yeah.
I'm not going to roll this for you. I need you to roll a D100, please.
Okay. That is a 59.
Ooh.
Okay.
Now we find out if Dustin is using the PHB table or the cool has other races on it table I linked.
Oh. Dustin has his own list.
Oh dear.
Okay.
Oh no. So I have no hints until something actually happens. Damn it.
All right, so now you need to roll 2 D100s on this races table. Now, if you get the same race twice, you can play as engineered human. I know we usually don't let you do that because it's really overpowered, but since you died first, we'll let you have it. I like seismic exploding. That's one I really enjoy. But
What?
Alex is making a joke that is entirely for my benefit.
Ah.
Stand by. My internet's kind of having a moment.
Like, I don't know like what direction would be good or anything like that. I'm like just kind of what do I get? I'm nervous.
in the tabletop system Gamma World, the way you create a character is there's a table of a bunch of races, and each race has like certain stats and abilities, and you roll randomly on the table, and you're a combination of those two races.
It's at a long
That's
rest
cool.
that I can change a spell now, right?
Yup.
Yeah,
Yeah? Okay.
Yeah.
it's a lot of
When we
fun.
hit our
It's
next
a
long
completely
rest, I will
wacky
take
system.
Speak with Dead, because that seems like something I should have foreseen me.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a really wacky system. It's the only good thing to come out of 4th edition D&D.
Oh God.
Okay.
Every time
I
combat
also
starts,
rolled again just because like
Nope.
not for any real purpose, just
Nope.
for like 75 instead.
So, your body lifts up and for a brief moment, you watch as flowers and vines and moss and mushrooms all swirl around you, and they all form this pattern of bluish vines and leafiness and cloth, and they wrap you in this cocoon, and the cocoon swirls and twists and stretches and grows, and it continues to spread wider and longer.
Harder, faster.
Shut up.
Stronger?
And with one last concentrated flare of light, it dissipates. And a body gently drifts back down into the boat.
Mm-hmm.
No longer an ASMR,
Mm-hmm.
but you see a faintly blue-skinned,
Blue.
hairless,
No. Okay.
Hygienic.
bulging, massive figure
Wait.
of a Goliath form.
Oh my god.
Oh.
Okay. I wasn't expecting that with the blue skin.
Goliaths have like a blue-gray skin. They can
Yeah,
also
Yeah,
be
you're
beige.
you're a frost giant or a cloud giant descendant.
Goliaths are fun.
Yeah, well, first of all, I'm gonna put this out there because can my eyes be the same?
As they flutter open, you have through and through gold sclera.
Gold.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
Makes sense.
I mean, they were red before.
Well, they still have red in the center.
Oh, I have pupils now.
Yeah.
Actually, yeah, no, I'm fine with that.
Okay.
A red iris on a golden eye. That's pretty cool. All right, so I guess I have to change my race on my sheet. Also, am I revived with 1 HP or full HP?
Stand by.
One.
Yeah.
Actually, no. It might be full because you get an all new body.
Yeah.
You got to change up all those bonuses, your stat bonuses.
Oh wow, that's interesting. Since I clicked all 3 failures on the death saves, it actually puts in parentheses dead before my name.
It literally doesn't say in the spell.
Yeah.
I'm going to say you are at full.
Okay, restore life with full HP.
Yeah.
I mean, considering you're basically a new person, I would think it would probably just.
Yeah.
I mean, it would be like you'd basically get a full rest, like a long rest.
Yeah. Now I have some changes to make.
Yeah. And
in fact, you should have more HP because your constitution will go up by 1.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, all right.
Well, only if it makes.
I guess I'll be losing
Constitution go
the
up to an
racial
even
traits I
number.
have.
Yeah, so it's a 50-50.
Yeah.
It could be more if he had if
be
he was
fair-
playing something that took a penalty to constitution.
So he's back and alive and consider it for the night's